As an artist, I'm able to basically live in one of my paintings.
Hi, Apartment Therapy. Welcome to my 600 square foot apartment in the West Village.
Home means to me New York City, that I can take all the elements of the city when you're walking around and bring it back here and give my own spin on it. I've lived in this space for 17 years and it has had many different lives in here. I got to a point where I just decided that I wanted this apartment to be my world, like no one else's. I wasn't factoring in anybody else who would come and stay or live here, that this was 100% my space and I was going to do what I wanted to do with it. This is my living area / work studio. I wanted this particular space to feel very gardeny, like the kitchen as well, as it's flowing in. When I moved in, this was truly a white box. There wasn't the crown molding, and I put the beams in on the ceiling because I saw like this picture of this cottage in the Cotswolds that I thought looked so charming, and they're just like reclaimed pieces of wood, so they're not perfect, and it looks like intentional, and it's been here forever. And then added all the molding here. This is reclaimed wood, and then this is just from the lumber yard, these pieces, and then wallpapered in here, but I reversed the pattern so it's kind of like a little tricky piece, and it's like a framed piece of art here. The wallpaper is a wallpaper that I originally paint the print on canvas and then do the repeat in my mind on another canvas. And then I work with Wallshoppe in Los Angeles and they print and manufacture the wallpaper. My tip for doing wallpaper is don't do it, but then yes, you can do it. So I have this desk to use as storage, and then my Staffordshire dogs that I found in Kansas. And this is one of my paintings that I wanted it to have a really gothic feel within the bunnies are in color. I wanted the furniture to feel kind of petite and delicate and feminine. I got this sofa from the John Darien Cisco Brothers collection. And then this large ottoman from the inside, which is so great because you can pick a variety of textiles, and I love how the green goes back to the green in the kitchen. And the chairs I like this kind of botanical garden feel. They're from Pottery Barn, and I love how you can see through, so your eye's not stopped at like a heavy piece of furniture. Your eye keeps flowing through. And then just adding another lamp, and then the little bamboo metal table to have like a little bit of shine involved in the room. And all together, I think it just works to create like a very cozy environment. This is my work area. It's an old farm table, and I keep all my paints here organized by colors so they're easy to pull out. And then canvases stocked right here. It's really great to work because of the natural light through the day, and then as the light gets darker throughout the day, I have this nice lamp and then the overhead lighting. And then I have my pet bird in this antique bird cage that I found in Atwater Village that was old movie props. I paint a lot of bird cages in wallpapers and in paintings, so it's like an element of things that I like to paint sitting right here with me. So I married my love of fashion and pets together, and it created these pet portraits of pets wearing clothes, doing fashionable things, drinking martinis, shopping at Bergdorf's, going on vacation in Turks and Caicos. Whatever it is, I get to live through these pets, research these places, find the best outfits for them, and make them feel as chic and confident as I do in my space. What I really like about this kitchen is that it is a nice size for the West Village. Usually the kitchens are quite small or little galley kitchens, and this feels like a room. When I bought the apartment, I wanted everything to kind of restore it back to what it could have potentially looked like in 1890 when it was built. And this kitchen has been so many different colors, and I just recently settled on this green shade because I wanted it to feel more like an English garden. I love House and Garden UK, and I wanted to put a piece of stained glass here that felt very organic with the spider motif to flow into the next room using the colors from the wallpaper in the stained glass. Initially, the refrigerators was a large white refrigerator here, and then a big kind of like puffy looking white stove here. This drawer is a refrigerator, and this one is the freezer drawer. And then here's just like a basic refrigerator, and it holds quite a lot. The cabinetry was super low and the ceilings are actually very high, so I wanted the cabinets to go almost all the way up to the top of the ceiling, and I wanted a glass front cabinet to create a little bit more light and to show the dishes off. So recently I wallpapered with one of my designs the back of this cabinet because I wanted to have that English garden reference and make it look like this wallpaper had been here for 100 years. The mugs are from a pottery shop that's been around forever in Louisville, Kentucky called Hadley, and they have so many different cute little designs. For the breakfast bar area, I use these clear acrylic stools, so your eye isn't necessarily like drawn to a piece of furniture here. They kind of disappear. And because I don't have a kitchen table, because I paint at my table, this is like the perfect place to eat. The bathroom I couldn't really do a lot with because you can't move any walls and there are pipes in between the sink area and the toilet. So I ended up doing wainscoting on the bottom portion of the walls, and then I did my wallpaper design. I wanted the space to feel really cozy. This is my bedroom, and because this apartment is on a tree-lined street and I'm on the top floor, I wanted this room to feel like a little nest perched up in the trees. So I did the ceiling, the molding, and the walls all the same color, just to make it feel super restful. Then I added in these curtains from Pottery Barn because I love like a reddish pink with a pale blue, because it reminds me of Sofia Coppola's Marie Antoinette. I really wanted this room to feel like very romantic, but also like a little like Parisian hotel room. One of my favorite movies is Breakfast at Tiffany's, and I love this iconic image of Audrey Hepburn looking in the window at Tiffany's. But instead of it being Audrey, I wanted it to be Kat, who was in the movie. So this is Kat looking in the windows at Tiffany's. The zebra print rug, I wanted to have a black and white print to cut a little bit of the pink and the sweet and to give it more of like a grounding element, so you weren't just focusing in on the sweet, dainty elements and you were, adding a little bit of masculinity. I found this vintage textile and I covered this chair seat in there in the print, and then as well as this little window seat cover, which is the perfect place for my cat to sit and watch the pigeons. So another nice thing about this apartment is it actually had quite a large closet, so I didn't really have to do much to the closet. I just added this upper shelf, and I have put in 2 bars and this shelf as well to create more storage. And because the closet gives me so much space to store bags and shoes and whatever else, I don't need to store anything under my bed. And the closet was just a white closet. It didn't have any handles even. So I added this little wood trim to make it a little bit more decorated, dressed up, and then the crystal poles. The light fixture I found in an antique shop in Boise, Idaho, and it's a toll light fixture, which means painted tin in French. I started painting in 2016. My grandmother was an artist, and I was going through somewhat of a hard time, and I went and got a paint by numbers and just started painting from there. And then this was the first painting I did with the paint by numbers paint, and the rest is history. What I learned about myself in creating my home is to not be scared to do things that feel right to you. Like, I was worried that, somebody wouldn't like this wallpaper, or the bedroom it shouldn't be all one color, but just to have the confidence that if you love it, then other people will love it and it will feel like home.